Okay, so this is not a test, it's just to see how your ideas will compare with the ones that we came up with. So perhaps we could start with the group doing short term. What sort of metrics would you be interested in? What would you be looking for?
Yeah, for the, we also discussed the pre-test issue, before we start the workshop.
Okay.
So we need to have, usually what is suitable is to have an MCQ type exam for the pre-test.
So there is a pre-test.
Yeah, there's a pre-test.
Okay.
And at the, finish another post-test with the MCQ, and during the workshop or during the institute, we thought about having quizzes using clickers as summative assessment, and for the formative assessment, doing some discussion groups, and then ask them for the deliberations, okay, where they can take, decisions and take positions in different situations.
You must take a decision.
Take a decision. Sorry, I was writing a
Open-ended question.
open-ended
Discussions which lead to a group deliberations, and they need to take some decisions and then give some
Okay.
So-
And then sort of anything, did you think of anything weeks down the line?
Survey or questionnaire.
A questionnaire? Okay.
and also the feedback.
Feedback. Feedback, yes.
So what kinds of things would these items test? Would
Yeah,
they test? What would they test?
Yeah, yeah.
What would you be looking for?
Initially, we need to establish our learning objectives,
Guys,
and all testing also need to be correlated to the learning objectives.
So, Matt, okay.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and therefore, all objectives needs to be measurable. That's what I said, the correlation.
Okay.
So, I mean, that was, we tried to hammer this home in the institutes, that your objectives have to be measurable. Right, okay. And so what sort of, you're teaching, what are you looking for in your students at the end of your course outcomes?
Yeah, the major outcome in the short term, I think, the knowledge level.
The knowledge level.
Yeah, the knowledge
Okay.
level. But we also need to build some skills. But skill building is something not so easy to measure. And I think behavior change and other stuff needs to be assessed in longer terms, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
I think also we need to align between the student objectives and the course objectives.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you do that?
You could,
I gotcha. So, but maybe
yeah,
Murat's
that's the point.
Murad is in the long term. Very long term.
What they did, they select the students with a test.
Selectively.
Send them to us after 5 years.
You said you go for
This is also
selection.
something. This is also a method to align, your needs with the students' needs. What they are expecting,
Yes.
and what we are expecting.
Yes.
But we don't want to be too picky.
But that is exactly the thing, though, right? So every situation and everyone's position is different. So if you know that you might start something today that you can continue to evolve and teach over a year, 2nd year, 3 years, 4 years, based on success or not, then you can start planning your longer term assessments.
Yeah.
If it's a one-off thing, then obviously even medium term won't apply. You know, you did it once, that's it, end of
So
story.
what do you think of this situation? Let's assume that we have kind of a screening process during the very first interview for the PhD students, you know, when we are
Okay.
accepting those students, you know.
Okay,
It's a blank type of
Fine.
okay.
assessment,
Mhm.
which may or may not affect the selection of the students. Okay, so it's going to be totally, impartially and also.
Okay,
And then we follow those students,
mhm.
you know, taking measure of this initial, assessment,
Mhm.
and during and after, and at the end of their PhD studies, let's say.
You follow them individually?
Yeah.
I mean, you do sort of like survey in the college, that there will be a course teaching responsible science. Who is interested in taking this course,
Mhm.
you should go to the online, check this, there is a survey there. You test how they are, if they are attracted, what they know about responsible, if they are really willing, how they feel about it. Then certain survey. Then you analyze it. You analyze it.
Right.
Then you know every individual his attitude toward this course, and you keep this information. Then when we start, those who are accepted, they can start the course. And when you do all what we were talking about, the testing, at the end of the course, you can go back and ask them, again about their attitude or what they feel about the course or how they learn it, and what, if you really the objective, you set them the objective of this course, you want them to learn this and that. They will tell you if they have learned anything from that.
Yes, hopefully, but hopefully when you see their thesis, there's no evidence of plagiarism,
Yeah.
the data is real, and they've correctly, cited literature and so on, and then hopefully they're not making a new
They have learned it.
atomic bomb that you can make in your kitchen, something like that. So, but you're judging the product,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
But I mean, what are some of the benefits of sort of this particular institute? I mean, you've met one another, so you've got a Lydian group. What is the benefit of having an institute and meeting other people? Is sort of creating networks one sort of...
Learning as well. We learn from each other because people bringing different ideas.
Right,
I mean, I'm sure that what I'm thinking about is not what he's thinking about.
okay.
I might learn new things from him. He might learn something from me.
Okay.
That's what people are interested.
So that happens in the institute,
Yes.
but then, so later on, you step outside, what do you take with you?
They have learned how to work responsibly.
Okay.
And you want the most interesting thing to know how they are going to apply these things in the future.
Right.
Then there must be sort of what they call the medium or long-term follow-up.
Okay,
So
so,
take the knowledge and
So you
skills.
can
Knowledge.
so taking that outside, right, so would
No,
you be...
They're taking knowledge and skills.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm finishing
Yes,
this.
you've got that, right, but you've sort of, during the meeting, you've met other people,
Yeah.
and I mean, the Moroccan group as an example, they worked together, they created a sort of network
Yeah.
for taking something
Yeah.
further. So some short-term
Short-term.
measure might just be communication between people,
Yeah.
from the institute as
Yeah.
well, create the network. Okay, medium term, what did you come up with?
establish or organize a meeting for student or participant to attend the previous course to see their level of discussions and
So organise meetings to...
examine the
Yeah,
level of
yeah.
discussions,
yeah.
or the way, how much they still
How they
work.
understand the concept of the course
Okay.
and how they think to implement the concept of that course in their life. Okay. The second thing.
So you're looking for some change in behaviour or change in attitude? Change.
Yeah, I believe that. Yes.
Or change in practice? Doing things something differently?
Well, first of all, what you said is how much people are still thinking and talking about a topic, right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean that in the first, in the short term, in the course, we provide them the data. So after 3 months, are they still thinking about that
yes,
course?
exactly, right, about the
Or
topic.
they ignorant or
Yes, okay.
So continuing conversation about RCS. as
Yes,
this.
and so while we're talking here, it's about responsible science, but in principle, it can be about any topic, right? I mean, you can do this for chemistry, for biochemistry, for whatever. It doesn't have to be about responsible science. This is just our example today. Okay, so, yeah.
Distribute the questionnaire about their feeling and what they find of skills they learn.
Their outcomes.
How
Sorry, I apologise for my writing.
no,
Okay.
better than create using this social media to create a page in like Twitter, Facebook, and invite them to participate in that page, and we will we will see how many numbers of that attendee participate in that page. This is the first this point, and during
Social media exchanges.
FT, Facebook.
It's kind of informal discussion.
And sometimes we deliver or post some subject or case or issue and see their discussions on that subject.
So what you would send out a case or
Case studies or
Like a case or
so a current something that
Article,
might
yeah.
with their attitudes
to see their comment on that.
Okay.
what they think about it.
Okay, great.
We need
Thank you.
to check also data recording practices, those kind of day-to-day activities. If there's an improvement in those practices.
Okay, fine. And long term, then, thank you for that.
So for the long term, we said that we discussed about like what is the long term first, because you have the short, you have the medium, and we said the medium is month, so we guess that it's less than a year. So anything that for more than
Beyond
1
a
year,
year.
beyond a
1,
year,
5, 10
it's a long term. So we need to follow up, after a year, and then because you cannot check them after 3 years, it will be too late if you just lose contact. So it's the same thing that they're saying the medium term. So it's creating a sort of network and it can be in different ways, like Facebook, the social media. Can also create a sort of laureate club,
What?
like a
Laureate.
club, like just like the
Alumni.
Ah,
Yeah.
I see, okay.
And it's something that we've been doing with the MENA too. We have a WhatsApp group, and MENA too, and then we just keep income.
You mean with every country, not just Morocco?
Yeah, we have
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
Egyptians
Yeah.
and from people from
Oh, really?
yeah, and they just like send us information about scholarship and things, what's going on, and all the. So it's something interesting that you keep in touch with people all the world, and then.
And so they have, people sign up to this group? That's
I
how
think
it goes?
Minatu Abdullah would add everyone, the phone number, WhatsApp group, yeah.
And our Egyptian
And then-
colleagues have done this.
Yeah.
Yeah, our Egyptian colleagues have done this for the various institutes. They have Facebook pages, they have a
I
WhatsApp
have
group.
them on Facebook, but like few of them.
Yeah,
So I
and they
can
have a
see-
WhatsApp group, so, I
Okay.
see all the WhatsApp stuff.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
it helped.
It's
So we also talked about what we would like to check after this long term. First of all, the question is we need to see if the participants are still involved in science or in research in general. So to see it doesn't mean that if they are not anymore interested, because they still have this background and all the effort that you've done on the institute cannot lose it. So they can be a candidate to spread the information around where they are,
Right,
and at least they have this ethic, concept.
right.
And so how to check, to analyze all this? We talk about
Network.
questionnaire. So the questionnaire cannot just at any moment or all the time sending people questionnaire, because people are going to get bored and then they want
Yeah.
an answer.
Yeah.
So it can be like once a year, just to have to check out first, if they are still involved,
What
what
they
they
do.
accomplished, what
Yeah.
they did, if
Okay.
something interesting they were involved in, if something they would like to share with the group,
Okay. So
and also through
accomplishments.
meeting. And the meeting could be like face-to-face meetings if people are in the same place, and also through online discussion, and could be like through a blog. The blogs are helpful for people to discuss and share their experience, and also debating around like specific topics. Could be like if it's well animated by someone, it could be like a monthly or twice, or like in 2 months or 3 months. If someone is, the people are already connected, we can just
Some
meet,
webinar or
like
something
career
like this.
cases, and then just discuss.
You like a webinar?
So,
Yes,
yes.
so what would the questionnaire, yearly questionnaire, be about?
The questionnaire is mostly because you know anything before, and would like to keep checking the knowledge that was, the outcome after just institute, if it's the same, if they get, if they update it, if they use this information in their current work, if what they learned helped them in their career, if
That depends
still
on
need
if
to
they're
know.
in the same field.
Sorry?
I said, depends on if they all of them in the same field, because some of them they get married, there's that group.
Yeah, sure.
That's you don't know about that.
But
that's
it's
in
trying-
general, the same group, if they are still in science or arts or whatever.
Right.
But we still to know about their attitude toward what you
There are-
are teaching.
Yes, okay. Thank you for that.
Okay.
What leader will